These leg warmers can fit an adult size, small to medium, and are perfect for the winter.
I'm going to add some waste yarn first, cast on. Using my Sentro 40 pin, which go ahead and just add waste yarn. And I am going to be using my attachment too, drill attachment. 5 to 7 rows of waste yarn, whatever you're comfortable with. Put that in the middle. Grab your main color yarn, pink, mainly because I want to use up a lot of the yarn I already have. Turn on my row counter here. This is what I have. I just push here to turn it on, reset it if I need to, and I stick it on. I have this command strip. It's not Velcro, it's just command strip stuff. Stick to the side of my machine like so. Got my magnet here, which is the counter right here. So the first row I'll just hand wind. The first couple rows I'll hand wind because I gotta make sure this yarn is actually compatible with this machine. 40 pin's super finicky with yarn, and it does not like even Red Heart Super Saver yarn. So I'm going to add the attachment here, which I purchased off Amazon. I'll link it, put it on the handle there. Then I got this electric screwdriver, which is awesome. It's fully charged. It can usually do probably 3 hats before I got to charge it. And I just stick it on there and go.
Do 140 rows, cut the yarn, and add your waste yarn and remove it from the machine.
Find your first stitch, find the 2 ends. Blue is the waste yarn. So put your hook from the inside to the outside of that one. And go ahead and do yarn over, bring it in, yarn over, go through the 2. Doing that for each of these loops all the way around 40 total times because you have a 40 pin machine. So you'll have 40 single crochets that you'll do into each one of these loops. And I'll meet you when we get back to the starting point where we'll secure this end from your tube, and then we'll take this end, bring it on in the inside, and single crochet that as well. I'm at the last loop, because it's right where your waste yarn starts. So go ahead and insert your hook and do your single crochet. Make sure you keep a loose tension, and now put it through the very first single crochet that you made. Here's where I like to tie the 2 ends together so I don't lose it. So go ahead and do that. Just secure it with a knot so I don't lose the end there. Now with your hooks staying inside that spot, go ahead and draw the end in on itself, kind of like a beanie. And at this point you can remove the waste yarn so it's out of your way. Blue waste yarn you can take out. This was my cast on, so you'll just need to pull the yarn off the top loops, and it'll just pull through like that. Once you've gotten to the last stitch, you'll slip stitch into the very first stitch that you started with. Remove your hook. After you've inserted the other end into your tube and gotten it through, find the start of it. Should line up with your other start. And this is the last stitch that we'll be using, one that's attached to the yarn in there. And the first one is where the other end of the scrap yarn is. Now you're going to turn your work so that the inside of the tube is on the back end, and then you have your slip stitch here. So reinsert your hook, then you'll find your next stitch here. Go into your next loop, the inside half of the tube, like that. Pull it all the way through, single crochet. Your next stitch and your next loop from the inside tube. Put all the way through, single crochet into your next stitch, into the next loop. Through, single crochet. Before you get any further, make sure that you find your 2 yarn ends, especially the one on the inside. You want to find that, pull it through, and tighten a knot before it gets lost. Make sure you grab that end, tie it before you lose it. Once you get to the end, slip stitch to the first single crochet, and now you can remove your waste yarn. This was the cast off, so it's pretty easy to remove. Just find the end and pull on it. Once that's done, put your hook back in, chain 1. And for this round, you're going to do half double crochet all the way around. If you don't know how, you just yarn over, put your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. I'll link some video tutorials of slower tutorials on how to do these basic stitches. But just do this all the way around, and I'll meet you when you get back to the start. I'm at my last stitch, and at this point I'm going to change yarns just because it'll be easier for you to see what I'm doing. This darker red yarn can be kind of hard to see. So slip stitch into your very first stitch, your first HDC. So I'm going to change color to a lighter color so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and I'll tie those 2 ends together. Chain 1. Now the first stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet. And then the next stitch, you're going to do a front post double crochet. So locate that next stitch, go around the back, yarn over, pull it around the back, yarn over, pull through all three. For a slower demo, I will link a video I have on how to do front post, back post double crochet. Now we're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, which is right here. So put your hook into there, not a double, half double crochet. Okay. Then we're going to do a front post stitch again. Half double crochet, front post stitch. Okay. So we're going to continue this pattern of a normal half double crochet in the stitch, followed by a front post half double crochet, where you put your hook around the back, yarn over, draw the yarn around the back, yarn over, and pull through all three stitches, all three loops. And you have to remember that your next stitch is going to be hidden by that front post half double crochet. Continue this all the way around until you get back to here. So this round we're going to finish off by slip stitching into the very first half double crochet. Now for the next one, you're going to chain one and do a half double crochet into that first half double crochet. So we're going to continue the same pattern of front post, back post, but the difference here is we are going to decrease, and we're going to decrease on the fourth and fifth stitch. So the first stitch is like normal. Second stitch, you're going to continue with your front post half double crochet. The third stitch, you're going to do normal half double crochet into that hidden stitch there. Now your fourth stitch, you're going to do a decrease. So you're going to go ahead and start with your front, because that's what's next. And then you're going to yarn over again, and you're going to go into the normal, yarn over. Now you have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 5 for your half double crochet decrease. So you ended on a normal. That means you're going to do a front post decrease next. That's 1. You're going to do your normal half double crochet. That's 2. And then you're going to do your front post double crochet. That's 3. And now you're going to do your decrease. So we're going to start with the normal here, then yarn over again, and go in your front. Yarn over again, and pull through all 5 loops on the hook. So now we're going to go into a normal half double crochet. So continue that pattern of 3, and then the fourth one you're going to decrease it. When you come to the end of the round, slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet that you did. For this next round, you're going to do the same as the previous round, where you're going to do half double crochet, front post half double crochet, half double crochet, front post double crochet. So continue this all the way around, and then I'll show you what we do at the end. So when you get to the end of the row, you slip stitch it, and then that should be the end of it. And those are your leg warmers.